Hey guys, showing up is 90% of success. If you want to make it in life, whether it's Walmart, Wall Street, or YouTube, if you want to succeed in life, showing up consistently over time will help you push forward. You'll have days you need to take off. Uh, you'll have times where you need to step back. But overall, everything in life, the answer is very simple: consistency over time with refining yourself and learning lessons and trying your best and persevering through failure is how you push forward. And you make the most of each day, guys. When you get a good day, you take it and just try to put as many good days together as you can and you push forward. Well, who want a live check-in? What's up, man? Thomas, that's my guy. I love to drive. Got a smiley face emoji. NVRV. Living in Alaska full-time, part-time in her minivan. If I asked her, it's a female. At least she told me she was a female. If I asked Zakia, she don't even want no one to know her name. Zakia, aka NVRV, wants to be a YouTube star, but she doesn't want to be consistent. She said she's only going to do YouTube part time. If you treat YouTube like a hobby, it will pay you like a hobby. You know, there's a saying that if you do something for a few years and you don't make money, it's not a business, it's a hobby. But I heard a fellow YouTuber that I follow, he's a truck driver from the Bronx. He said it last night on one of his videos because he was slacking. He has like 12,000 subscribers. He has 12,000 subscribers, but he only has 1 million total views on his YouTube channel. I have 8,000 subscribers, but I have over 2 million views. So I have more views, he has more subscribers. But what he was saying was he was slacking on uploading regular. Like me, he has a full-time job. He's a full-time truck driver. That's where he makes his main income. I make my main income off my IT job. But this is a side hustle that I would hope to grow over time as a level of either supplemental income or, maybe even a major income. But to grow it, you have to show up consistently. And he was saying that someone told him, like, look, if you're treating YouTube like a hobby, it's going to pay you like a hobby. And I thought that was powerful. And that's why I choose money over love. Because it's the same thing with love. You want a relationship? If you want to fall in love, you have to treat it serious and you have to show up consistently to spend time with that person, to care about that person. And here's why I don't like love and I like money better. Because love requires not only you putting in the work, but the other person putting in the work. Both of you have to equally grow together to stay on the same page. And you know how hard that is? That's very hard. It's hard enough for me by myself without all the responsibilities of a relationship to show up every day to YouTube. Zakia's over there. All she's got to do is worry about dodging her boss, doing data entry, and she gets a petroleum dividend from the Alaskan oil companies. And with that being said, she don't have any kids. She don't have any lovers. Now, she would like to meet up with development van life guy and give him a little cat. But at the end of the day, she's still not doing YouTube full time. Why? She doesn't want to make the commitment. So in life, you'll have to choose between love and money, between your career and your personal life. There was a movie with Nicolas Cage. I think it was in the 90s when I was coming up. That was my era. And Nicolas Cage, I think the movie was centered around winter time during Christmas. And he had basically got involved like in a robbery or something and he had got shot and it was like the visit of Christmas past and Christmas future. He was a rich, successful business person that had chosen money over a relationship. So when he went through this life-changing experience, like getting robbed at the convenience store, he had a flashback of what his life would have been if he didn't choose his career, if he chose the girlfriend instead. And so he goes down this road of Christmas past or Christmas would have been, and he's married to this woman. They're living a very lower to middle class existence. He's living paycheck to paycheck. He's not very happy. He's not inspired. And, before that, he was driving Ferraris. He was flying everywhere. And so, like, the moral of the movie was choose love over money. Because love is greater in the end. But now, to be honest with you, if I'm not lying to you, if I'm not just trying to just lie to you, if I'm being honest, when I saw that movie, I said, shit, I'd rather be the Nicolas Cage in a Ferrari driving around Manhattan. And I don't even have a grand desire to show off and to flaunt. I did when I was younger. But I'd rather be financially secure and by myself. Because what I learned is relationships are overrated. You're not going to keep two people on the same page for a long enough period of time. I think the future is robots, virtual relationships, virtual sex toys, and I don't think you really need a relationship. Now, I think that's like autonomous cars. I think that's 100, 200 years away. I think the masses still want to be in relationships, but most people I know that are in a relationship, they end up getting divorced. 50% of society gets divorced. Most people, the number one cause of stress is relationships. So everyone who preaches this grand Cinderella story of love and love fulfills you, without love, blah, 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 half of them are not happy because they're divorced and things end bad. The other half are stressed out at night. Are there any true love stories? I have not seen any relationship that two people stay for a long enough period of time in love and they're happy. I haven't. I see people say on social media, oh, it's our 12-year wedding anniversary. And I don't feel like they're saying it because they're really happy. I feel like they're saying it because, see, I told you I'd stay with this bastard for 12 years. And they're like, you're trying to prove that they stay with them so long, like they deserve an award. Shit, you already got a wedding gift. You got a baby shower gift. You don't get any more rewards. Now you got to deal with misery. I think love is overrated. Now, not from the standpoint of loving others. And again, maybe I was blessed because I had a loving mother and I was in a few relationships that were loving. But I got the hell out of them. I got the hell out of there before it got too serious. I'm glad I did. And even like Live and Let Live, who divorced me, she said, Sam, the Lord spared you because I was lucky. I didn't have any kids. I didn't have anything like that. And I think it's true. I think the Lord spared me. Free to be me got hit hard, man. He already said love sucks. I think you need to have love in your heart. I think the gospel centered around love is wisdom, is from the Lord. But as far as relationships, long-term entanglement, I think it's overrated and it fades. If I had to choose, if I was not being disingenuous, I'd rather have money. Now, I don't want to be a cold-hearted businessman, that only cares about GDP. So we see a lot of that. I have compassion. I like to see, a little bit better programs out there. But for the most part, what I'm trying to tell you is, in life, you have to kind of make that decision. Because the number one expense in life is having a child. The number two is having a relationship. Those are your top biggest expenses. Not even your house or your car. It's having a kid and being in a relationship. And you're going to pick your house and your car based on the relationship you're in and based on how many kids you have. I remember I had a paid off Jeep Compass. And when I lost weight and I started dating again, I traded in my paid off Jeep Compass and I leased a Range Rover. And as soon as I did it, I felt regret because I kind of chose, I kind of tried to show off for a girl. And immediately, as soon as I did it, I said, Sam, you're going backwards. But I took accountability. I waited out the lease and then I got back in a Renegade. So it's my thoughts on life that, again, I would not choose money over hurting people, or I am thankful that I had loving experiences and that I have love in my heart. So I'm not saying it in a callous way. Just like, some pastors say that God doesn't need your money and then a collection plate comes around. Right after God doesn't need your money, here comes the collection plate. I know. And I love faith. I think faith teaches the masses a lot of good things. Faith taught me a lot. So I don't want to begrudge faith. And I don't want to begrudge younger people from getting in relationships. But my number one piece of advice from younger people, don't get too entangled with the idea of love. Because if society's being honest with you, many times they're not, 50% of people who get married get divorced. Many people who are still married are not happy. And marriage is the ultimate entanglement. Children are the ultimate anchor. Are they still a blessing? They can be. I know a guy who loves to have children. Kim Kardashian just had her fourth child. So I think she's forcing Mother Nature. She unnaturally, you think abortion should be illegal? What about unnaturally conceiving a child? What about when you play God and you take your egg and you take sperm and you unnaturally, man-made, force it into another human being? To me, that's an abomination. You are unnaturally conceiving a child, but you have a problem with killing a baby, with having an abortion. I think both of them are a disgrace. You're playing God. Well, I don't think abortion is. I would have an abortion. Look, I'm pro-choice. I don't know how we got to that. But this is the whole conversation you have when you decide, do you want to be single? Do you want to be in a relationship? Now, again, Zakia wants to be single. Okay, even though I do believe that it developed van life guy met her on the road, I think she would have wild sex with him in the back of the NVRV because she loves the Nissan and 200, and they would start talking about that, and they would have a wild fling, and then before you know it, she's got to give half of her petroleum dividend to him, and he's running around with some other girl, and then you become very bitter, and then half your money's gone. Zakia, if you get married and you're an Alaskan resident and you get divorced, does half of your petroleum dividend go to your spouse? I'm curious about that. All right, guys, that's all I got as my structure topic. I would like to know from you, if you had to choose between love and money, which would you choose? What did you choose? Because most of you people on here are grown adults. So I'm sure you've chose one thing or the other. How did it end up? Don't tell me the idea of what you'd like to do. Tell me what you actually did and how you feel about it. And we'll go from there. Well, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Thomas again. I love the job. NVRV wants that money. I ain't mad at that. James, hey, man. Eric, I live in Delray now, too. I love Florida. Shout out to Delray Beach. Let me tell you something. There was a negative troll that left a comment on my video today. He goes, you should get a house. You know, I get offers every day from jobs in Florida to move down there. Let me tell you something. If a recruiter has to send you an offer, you are unemployable and the recruiter just wants a commission off your back, okay? Because to get a good job, in my experience in my life, you have to pursue it, okay? And you have to go after it, okay? Good jobs, they don't just come after you. You're a dime a dozen if someone's coming after you, in one sense of speaking. And what I'm trying to tell you, too, beyond that, is this guy had a bad attitude. And even if he comes to Florida, he's not going to enjoy life. Because he's got the wrong attitude. He talks to people the wrong way. You won't succeed in business when you talk to people the wrong way. You got a bad attitude. And that whole mindset is he's the type of guy that's going to end up in a bad relationship, in a bad place in life with no love and no money. Because already, like, I'm choosing money. I told you, I'm honest with you guys. I choose money over love. But here's this guy he left a comment on one of my videos, and this video was very calm temperament. I know sometimes I make wild videos. It was a very calm one. And he basically blasted me, okay? So he has no love in his heart, okay? So whether he chooses love or whether he chooses money, his life is going to be a disaster. So because for you to like verbally express the way he expressed that comment to me, he already chose. He didn't choose love. He didn't choose money. He just chose being an asshole. I think there's an option 3. You can choose love, money, or being a complete asshole. And I think he chose that option. And I think that's why he's going to suffer most of his life. Eric, you're right. Yeah, money bag emoji. Free to be married. What's up, man? NVRV, it is a hobby. Well, when you treat it like a hobby, it'll pay you like a hobby. And what does a hobby pay you? Nothing. And so if YouTube's a hobby, shit. I rather, well, I don't know. I don't want to speak for you, though. But all I'm trying to say is YouTube, and that's, I guess, why you're not giving up your privacy. If you're going to put your face out there, if you're going to take a risk, you take a risk when you create a YouTube channel, when you share your life. And it takes a long enough time to get monetized. But I'm telling you right now, the number one key to grow your channel is to be consistent with your uploads, to engage with the users. And that's it. It's going to take a lot of time. And, you know, again, if you really had nothing to do, just go to an RV dealership and do RV reviews. People want to see that. People want to see car reviews. If you go to a Nissan dealer and you just did car reviews, people would watch that. That's what the masses watch. Someone gave me the advice today, a 7-year-old kid from Saudi Arabia. He said, Sam, this is what you need to do to get more views. I went on his channel. He had 3 videos from about several months ago with 8 views. And I love this guy. I hope he still watches me. But I asked him, I said, brother, how many views per video you get? He had 8 views, was his top channel. So some people that don't have experience or don't have success want to tell you how to be successful. Like Kanye West said, you know, I'll never take advice from someone doing less than me, from someone not doing as good as me. Now, I'm not better than him, but when someone gives you advice on love, money, business, you can learn from anyone. I can learn from this young kid. But I'm also going to evaluate where they're at in life. Now, you may say to me, well, Sam, you're living in your car smells like ass. I don't want to take advice from you. And I said, shit, I don't care. I pick money over you. So I don't care either what you do. But what I'm telling what you guys is, what you can see from my channel, from having it for 2 years, is I upload regularly, daily. Once in a while, I take a day off, but for the most part, it's daily consistency over time. And if you want to do anything in life, that's the recipe. All right, let's continue to read. Woohoo, Sam, I used to be an introvert, meaning you're mainly to yourself. Used to keep to yourself, there you go, and was very quiet. My phone has been ringing off the hook, and it's helping me with my social skills. Well, I believe you're a small business owner. You have like a window cleaning business. And if you're going to be in business, you're going to have to learn to have people skills. What's the number one thing you need in business? Showing up and people skills. Because no matter, again, you work at Walmart, Wall Street, or if you clean windows, if you can't get along with people, you're not going to make money. Now, in YouTube world, I'm a little bit wild. I certainly wouldn't talk in business sense to some people how I talk here, but I kind of use this platform as a level of creativity with the hopes of being myself. In creativity world, I want to mainly be myself, because if it does grow, I want it to grow like that. But in different business settings, guys, I go out of my way to get along with people and to verbally communicate, to pick up the phone, to take a little bit longer writing an email. Why? Because you need communication. And, that's key. Woohoo. How much do truck drivers make a week? It all depends how many loads they get and if they're have their own truck or if they work for a company. So I can't give you the breakdown on that because I'm not too informed. But truck driving is brutal on your physical health because you're sitting for long periods of time and driving. And mainly you're eating at rest areas and rest stops, and that can be unhealthy. Now, you could certainly be disciplined and still be healthy, and you could certainly make good money. I think if you Google it, I would think they make over $50,000 a year on average. And I'm certainly you can make more than that. You could probably double that. But it's a brutal business. Driving is the most dangerous thing. You want to live in your car. What's the most dangerous thing? Being on the road more. Driving is very dangerous, guys. Woohoo. Free to be me. Love sucks. Love does suck, but again, I'm thankful I've been in love. I'm thankful I had butterflies, but I'm also thankful the Lord spared me from not having kids and not getting entangled in a marriage. Because I'm not saying that I was so smart that I avoided it, but I was saved. And I'm thankful I was, because now as a middle-aged man, for me, I'd rather just be financially straight and not be in love. I get laid every night, guys. I get laid every night. How? I masturbate. I don't have any entanglement either. I love myself, man. And I get laid more than most married guys. I get paid more than most married guys. And I do whatever I want. Now, again, shout out to all my girls out there. Zakia is traveling in her NVRV. And she can go wherever she wants. She don't have to answer to a husband or answer to this. And, she can do whatever she wants. I'm tough. You're moving into confined space with someone you meet off the street. What could go wrong? That's a great point. Living with someone in a confined space, apartment or house, that's a recipe for disaster. Because how long could you live with someone without hating them, without resenting them? I don't think you can live with someone more than 10 years without totally resenting them. I think after your 10-year wedding anniversary, you just make a big deal to say how many years you've been married, because it's a badge of honor that you haven't killed that person already, in my opinion, in my experience. So, again, if you have love, I know I have friends, some male friends too, that they love kids. Now, I don't know if they love marriage and their kids are still young, so I don't know. I'll talk to them in 10 years. Let's see how it ends up. But most people I know have been devastated by love. I don't really know too many people that have been devastated by money. Now, I have seen people be greedy and hurtful, so I don't want to say that money is the answer. And I don't want to say you should be like that one troll that left a comment on my video today. It doesn't matter if he has money or love. The guy was just very hateful, and I'm not like that towards people. And what I could tell you is, again, I've seen love, quote unquote, destroy more people than money. So a lot of times, which this is why I'm bringing up the topic, a lot of times in society, it's taught, and especially in the faith world, which I love faith, and I love that society has a balance of things, but we're taught that love is greater than money. But if that's the case, the facts are that love, quote unquote, relationships have destroyed more people than money. Like if you focused on your career more and on love less, you would probably end up in a better position than if you did the opposite. I met this young Filipino barista girl. She came over here from the Philippines. She lives with her parents. She's 19. She's getting ready to start college. And she's cute. She's a young, hot little PYT. And she's dating some guy. And her parents keep telling her, because I was talking to her, and her parents keep telling her, whatever you do, don't get into a relationship. Focus on your college, focus on your education, and get your career going. Her parents are very strict that they want her to focus on getting money. Because when you focus on your education, you're focusing on getting money, because that's what college is. College is not about hanging some degree on your wall. College is about getting a degree so you can get money in your hand. College is not about hanging something on your wall. It's about getting a piece of paper so you can make paper. You want to make money. So why do parents tell their children to focus on money, not love? Because money, in most cases, will take you better than love will take you. So that's an interesting thing right there. Pac Loud, that's our brother from San Francisco who likes to go camping with his family. Now, he came from Cambodia, and he loves his family. Brought a new camper for him. And I'm not mad at Pac Live. What's up, Sam? Sunglass face emoji. One love, my brother. Purple, blue heart. Well, brother, one love back to you. Thank you for coming in. Am tough. Haven't seen Zakia on here for a long time. Well, I just blew Zakia's spot up because she deleted her personal profile, or she still has it when she wants to troll. She's not a troll. She's a good woman. And she created Envy RV as like an undercover stealth YouTube channel that she treats like a hobby, and she's going to get paid like a hobby. But I do want to support Zakia because I love her, and I want to encourage her that even if she does, I don't want to bully her into making YouTube channel or making it in the daily video blogs, because that's not right. But I definitely want to say, like, in life, you kind of have to choose, are you going to go in or are you going to pussyfoot around? Because when you pussyfoot around with something, it's very hard to get traction. Now, if you don't want to really do it, if you're just playing with it, there's nothing wrong with that. But you have to make a mental note, you're just wasting your time then. A hobby is basically a wasting of time. It's not wasting of time, but it's just something for like just pure kicks. I don't get any kicks out of, it takes work to upload a video. Like Zakia don't got like a lot of videos, but it took work to upload riding around Alaska, and she got a voiceover. Like, she's not even like just doing it with her camera and like uploading. She's doing a voiceover. So, like, when you watch porn and you hear the girl screaming, a lot of that isn't the actual girl. It's a voiceover. Some girl, like, in an audio recording. And that's what Zakia was doing. She was like, she had her dash cam on, and then she did an audio recording of her narrating the drive through Alaska. That's a lot of work to not get paid for that. So, for me, I'm either I got to go for the money, or I'm not going to love it. But that's just me. Lauren, I choose being single. Well, Lauren, me and you are on the same page. Freedom is everything. Yep. And just like one of those license plates say, freedom ain't free. You're going to need some money. So you better choose money over love. I'm not mad at that. Jaded, I'm 22. Never date again. Well, I'm not mad at that. You're ahead of the game. Gotta do me. You get laid every night when you're single. You masturbate. Anchors away. Haha. Well, Jaded, you're about 2-3 days living into your car. And let me tell you something, man. You could work at Walmart all your life and you'd probably be in better financial position than most people working in the corporate world that have 3 kids, 2 houses, and live paycheck to paycheck. Now, am I saying you should do that? No. But what I'm trying to tell you is love misleads more people than money, in my opinion. Again, don't worship money. Again, experience love. And if you want kids, if you want family, you should do it. But what I'm here to tell you is be careful. Good job. Free to be me. Had love, no money. Now, no love, no money still. Well, free to be me. The table's about to turn, brother, because you bottomed out and you just keep showing up. Do what you need to do for your self-care. Self-care is a full-time job, guys. If you're unemployed, you shouldn't be sitting around all day. You should be taking care of yourself. Waking up early, going to the gym, hygiene, masturbation, walking the beach, looking for a job. Self-care is a full-time job. Liz is back. South Florida's in the house. Hello, all. Let's take a hydration break before we read. That's good. I love ice water. Liz, hello, all. Hope all is well based on your video topic. Oh, yeah, it's very well. I'm about the money. Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I've done Lufton. Yeah, it's overrated. I've played house. Oh, that's a disaster. I've had raised my kids. I'm done. Well, Liz, me and you on the same page. How does love end? Love ends the same way downsizing ends. All her stuff goes in a 3 mil trash bag outside of your door. Okay? When you downsize, you put all your crap, in a 3 mil trash bag and you put it outside the door. When the relationship's over, when love's over, you put all their stuff in the 3 mil trash bag and they're out the door. And let me tell you something, guys. Liz just broke it down for you, okay? And she's been there, done that, and me and her on the same page. Sketchy Jeffy. What's up, bro? How's Florida today? Florida was great. A little cool front. It was only about 85 degrees Fahrenheit, low humidity. So low 80s with low humidity, that's cold front. Okay, so what I could tell you is flip-flops every day, no underwear, tank top. That's Florida life. And if that doesn't inspire you, go to New Jersey. It was 60 degrees and they thought it was a heat wave, okay? Everyone in ShopRite was getting all excited. And what I could tell you, it's a disaster. Anywhere else than Florida, complete disaster. I love everywhere, though. Liz, I'm about me, all caps, and my happiness. Well, me and you on the same page. My happiness is at the beach. Well, Liz, that's why me and you live in South Florida. We're surrounded by the beach. Some of the most beautiful beaches in the world. Me and you on the same page. B. Barry, good to see you. Love doesn't last. You ain't never lie about that. Attachment lasts longer, but eventually resentment and wanting to wander wins. Great comment, B. Barry. And again, I would have to agree. Again, I thank God for my dog. I had my dog, and my dog was a level of love. At the end, it was almost like B. Barry was explaining, though. I've been in relationships. I'm very thankful. I've had a loving mother. I'm very thankful. But I would tend to agree with the sentiment that love fades and financial freedom reigns. Now, again, I'm not saying you should worship the almighty dollar. I'm not saying you should hurt people, and I'm not saying you should not have love in your heart. But I think society should take a real look at how we kind of frame love versus how we frame money. We kind of frame money like it's evil and like, materialism is evil. And I'm not a materialistic person, guys. And I'm not like a money maniac guy. I'm not a Donald Trump guy. But at the same time, living life, experiencing love, and like B. Barry just said, eventually, I've seen love, quote unquote, hurt more people than money. So I'm trying to put this conversation in context that you need to really look at decisions that can cause long-term entanglement that will lead you to a road of resentment. Be careful. Be Barry. You are right about finding a balance and focusing on self-care. That's right, brother. Self-care is a full-time job. That's my girl, NVRV says. Oh, you were married. I forgot about that. Until he passed away. Are you also a widow? I'm sorry. You cashed in. We were both Alaskans. We each got our own checks. Well, not to make fun of that. I love you, NVRV. Thank you for sharing. Love to you. Like I said, you're a smart lady, woman, whatever. So you'll figure it out for you. And I am proud of you that you really studied the nomadic life. I could tell. You really took your steps. Now, I can't tell too much from your videos because you don't share a lot, but don't share a lot if you don't want, because it's not worth it in many instances. But again, I have full confidence that with your intelligence and with your planning and research, even if it doesn't work out or however long it works out, you're in a good position in life. But this is what I want to ask you. Zakia, are you still in here? NVRV, aka Zakia, this is what I want to ask you. You have been married, and I'm sorry again that you lost your husband. You're a widow. Would you get married again? And if you had to choose, would you choose money or love? Free to be me. Love and bankruptcy goes hand in hand. Well, in bankruptcy, you can wipe out debt and start again. With love, can you wipe out the memories? Very hard to wipe out the memories of love gone sour. It's very hard to wipe out the memories of money lost, so I have to be fair. And again, there's no one answer, but it's something to ponder. Jung, what's up, man? Sam, I respect that you choose money. I wanted to ask, since you don't have kids, would you donate all your money when you pass away? Hell, well, I don't know. That's a good question. I donated my organs. I am asking because that would be my dilemma. I'm basically, I have a will. My will basically says if I die before my mom, give the money to my mom. Outside of that, it'll probably go to my sisters if they were still alive. If not, it would probably find the next blood relative. But I don't have, other than my mom, I don't have a designated person because I really don't have any connection with anyone that I would leave it to. I wouldn't leave it to a charity. So I do have a will in place, but it's kind of just because my mom's still alive. If I die before my mom, it's going to go to her. But outside of that, I don't have anybody designated, but I am an organ donor and things like that too. NVRV. Guys, for the record, I have never, all caps, met Nate. Yeah, Nate's the guy that she's going to have an adulterous affair with. I just watch his videos. Oh, yeah. And I like to watch Sam's. Well, I appreciate that. Tony, Sam, are you planning on retiring early? God willing. But it's very hard to retire early because then I'd have to pay my own health insurance. I'd have to have my own disability insurance. I'd have to, there's a lot of things that you have to have, right? So if I retire early, if you retire before 67, you have to pay for your own health care. Health care bills are the number one cause of bankruptcy in America. So you can save a lot of money, but if you then retire early and you don't have health care and you could be healthy, you could have a plant-based diet, but you can get out of your renegade and fall and, break your back. And one major medical issue can cause you to go bankrupt. And then you're right back in the workforce, and now you're behind. So I would like to retire early using my creative gifts. That's why I do YouTube consistently. It'd be one of the ways to get supplemental income. But I currently do enjoy my job. I'm blessed to work remotely, and that's why I want to ride that out as long as I can. But my part of my downsizing was so that if God forbid I lose my main job, I don't want to have to go back into the corporate beast. So I've worked with the same company for 10 years. I'm in a good position. But if tomorrow something happened, I don't want to have to necessarily go right back into the corporate monster. I would like to see if over time I can grow my creative gifts through YouTube and other investments. Now, maybe not. Because I have to calculate if I was just the only source of my income, can I afford to pay health care? Can I afford to pay disability? Can I afford to pay the different things and live a sustainable lifestyle? I think I'm a few years off from having the data to prove that. I would like to. I think I'm a good manager of my time. I think I would still be a positive and productive citizen. I think my videos add value to society. I think I add value to society. So I could see myself doing it. I have the right personality. I have the right skill set. But there's no guarantee. And so I'm planning and I'm researching all those possibilities. That takes time and effort. But I'm positioned well for it to be possible. But it may not. I may end up working till I'm 67. I don't know. But those are my thoughts. I do not want to travel abroad. Right now, I could travel abroad. Right now, I work remotely. So I could live in China. I could live in California. I could just travel on the road. As long as each day I stopped for 8 hours or whatever and just went to a Starbucks or something like that. So I have that ability. I just don't want to because for me, there's no place better. I've traveled up and down the East Coast. I've seen enough. I don't really want to see the West Coast. I don't want to see across seas. I'm in an environment with the heat, the beaches, and the MILFs that there's no place better than Florida. So for me, I don't have a desire to do anything else. So at this point in my life, I won't travel abroad. I won't leave Florida. I may take a vacation here or there or go back up north to visit my mom, but that's it. DTN, I saw your new video today, getting into the power washing game. Sam, what's up, my guy? How are you? Mad that I missed the beginning. That's all right, brother. You just keep doing you. You find your different side hustles. You stay positive. You keep loving your heart. You're going to do fine in life, brother. I'm a big supporter of yours. Gina. Sammy, glad to see you, brother. Love and respect to Israel. Now, Gina's a sucker for love. Now, I used to like the Tupac song, Sucker for Love. Gina likes the girls. And the girls like Gina. But you got to be careful, Gina. Because like I say, I've seen many led astray by love. I've seen some people led astray by money. But I've seen more people led astray by love. So just be careful. Journey with Jordan. I choose love. Journey with Jordan's, he's from the Bible Belt, man. He's from Tennessee, and he's stealth camping outside of Dave Ramsey's parking lot. Let's see what Journey with Jordan got to say. I choose love, but I've come to accept not having a good job. I also don't have money. Well, damn, I'm sorry about that. What I can tell you is having neither love or money is a disaster. Well, brother, I appreciate the honesty. Journey with Jordan, let me ask you this, brother. How old are you? And what do you do? Are you unemployed? Or give us a little bit more if you want to share. You don't have to share, brother. I'm very interested now. Random videos. And your opinion, what kind of person would enjoy the video called Two Girls and a Cup? Why would someone make that? What's that about? I don't know what that is. Someone made a video about that? Two Girls and a Cup? I don't know. Brandon, truck driver here. Okay, what's up, Brandon? I agree on health issues. First year, about 36K. Thank you for sharing. He's talking about how much you make on average as a truck driver. He has experience. He says, one is he agrees that when you're a truck driver, most of them have health issues. And he's saying the first year you can get about 36,000 per year. And he goes, the second you'll get into the 40K range. Excellent comment. Thank you for sharing, Brandon. Love to you. Tara, Kentucky's in the house. Hey, Tara, keep walking. Keep doing you, Tara. Do you choose love or money? Let me know. Jada, love hurts. It's natural to avoid pain. That's a good point. I'll say that's a good point. Now, love is also exciting. Love is like cheese and chocolate after 9 p.m. It looks good, but as soon as you eat it, you feel regret. So love is also enticing. Shout out to my girl, Sarah. She's one of my viewers. She's in love with being in love, but she has also been very much hurt by love. So thank God that she's a nurse and she makes good money for herself. She makes $75,000 a year as a nurse in California. Now, that's not a lot. That's why she's living full-time out of her Transit Connect. And what I could tell you is this. I would just tell Sarah, get a dildo, make your nursing money, and date on the side. But when you date on the side, it's hard not to get entangled. See, after I kind of figured out that I wasn't a guy for love and marriage, I still thought that I could do companionship. And so I dated a couple girls and I got into the mindset of companionship is the answer. But that's just another entanglement, guys. It's just, you really cannot get into an emotional relationship and live as free and as happy as when you're single. And I evaluated that. I said, the relationship, it wasn't even a relationship. It was just companionship. At a certain point, it was just getting to the point I asked myself, I said, Sam, you were happier when you were completely single. Why are you messing it up and getting entangled in companionship? I was talking to myself. I said, Sam, you're happier when you're single. You make, the money you can make, try to retire early, and then you're more happier. You're miserable. You're miserable in companionship. The beginning is a little bit exciting, but after that, it's a disaster. So it's a very interesting life observation. Jacob, hey, Sam, what's up, brother? Let's take a hydration break, then we'll read. Hey, Sam, just popping in through work. Work was great. Good job, brother. Make that money. I got to watch a few videos. And then I get my level 3. Good job, man. I'm proud of you. But today is a depressing day. It makes 3 years of my father passing on. I'm sorry to hear that, brother. We'll watch later. Love and respect. Well, Jacob, if I was your dad, I'd be proud of you. Now, I thank God I'm not your dad, not because I don't love you, but because I don't want to have kids. But brother, love and respect and peace be with your father and your family. And again, brother, I'm very proud of you, and I think your father will be proud of you because you're working. And when you put in an honest day's work, it doesn't matter if it's Wendy's or Walmart. When you work and you work with love in your heart, and this is to me where you choose love. Like when you work and you try to treat people you work with like with love. Sometimes you get burnt. Then you make money and you express love without the entanglement of a relationship. So you can add love into the recipe of loving money, right? So you can, when you work with, again, whether you work at Wendy's, Walmart, or Wall Street, when you go to work with a positive attitude, when you don't backstab your coworkers and you're just trying to do you, that's working with love in your heart. And then you're there, you're going to make money. That's, you're making your money. You're living a life of love without the entanglement that love brings. And I think that's a win-win. Good job, brother. I'm proud of you. Peace to you. Gina, love, little pressure, much suffering. Yeah, good job. Again, that's why I bring the topic up. I've seen more people suffer in the name of love than in the name of money. Now, I caution when I say that because money does cause a lot of wars, and different nations, the leaders mask religion and other type of division to divide people. Most of the time in all the different countries of the world, most of the general population, they have no problem with the other country. It's the leaders of the countries that control the natural resources and the money of the land, they manipulate the people to hate other people so that they can justify their war. But the reality is most people on the planet are decent people. There's a few negative a-holes and there's a few negative people that run the world and they don't want to lose their money. And that's where love is needed. And so hopefully over time, as the human race, not just America, not just Israel, not just Australia, just the whole world, as the human race starts to say, look, there's enough money that everyone can live decent. You know, a lot of times in other countries, people stay married not because of love, but because they need each other to monetarily survive. Arranged marriages in third world countries are not done in the name of love. They're done in the name of pool your resources together so that you can survive. So sometimes when people come here from other countries, they're shocked that why do people get so many divorces? Because they come from another country where a family stays together for a long period of time. But the culture in other countries, family stays together a long period of time because they have no other option. They're bound together by the necessity of pooling their resources together. So in America, where you can get a divorce and then go DoorDash, you say, shit, I don't need this lousy so-called relationship. And so then eventually you figure out, well, you can make money on your own and you're not going to justify staying in an unhealthy place in the name of love. So, you know, that's an interesting perspective. Free to be me. You stick with love to avoid child support and alimony. Yeah, those things are a disaster. Tara, fine line between love and hate. Well, Martin Lawrence had a great movie about it. Thin line between love and hate. And how that ended a disaster. He fell from a pool. The crazy lady threw him over there or whatever. I totally agree with that. Free to be me. My lovely men I made asked me why did I bring them here. I don't understand that. What does that mean? Little fiery one. Hello, everyone. Skittle emoji hearts. Thank you. And a bloated kiss. Good to see you, little fiery one. Survivor. What's up, brother? Good to see you. I love you, man. Thank you for hanging in there. I know it's not easy sometimes. He goes, talk about it. Love is the door of which my ex now legally takes 60% of my salary. Well, Survivor, I don't know your entire situation, but I do know that you shared a lot and I give you credit. This Survivor, I hope you're still in here. I have love and respect for you. One is because you keep showing up to my channel. I know it's not easy. And two is I was very sincere when I said that I watched your videos. I watched every one of your videos when you have videos, and I thought you were very good. I think you're a good communicator. I think you have a lot to offer. And I would like you to just build your confidence to continue to. I know you like doing Uber. And if you like doing that, just keep doing that. But I'm just trying to say that I see a lot of gifts inside you. I think you're a very intelligent man. And I think that, but I don't think that you should just build your career because of money. What I liked about you was I could tell that you love doing Uber, that you were passionate about it. And so that's why I don't want to tell you like to be a truck driver and you hate doing it, you're just doing it for money. So again, like I love money, but I don't want you to do something just for money. I mean, eventually, if I ever retire early, I'd probably make less money than I would in the corporate world. But at a certain point in life, you want money to sustain you, but you want to live your passion because that's love, okay? So part of the simple life for me is increasing money, not so I can sit there and do like Scrooge McDuck and like dive into a gold pool, even though I think that's sexy. For me, it's having money as a resource so that I can live my passion and that I can do things I love. And so, I mean, right now, I can live more extravagant, but I have no desire. I have no desire for a fancy car. I have no desire for fancy clothes. Now, I lived that life, so maybe that's why I experienced it and it didn't fulfill me. But I'm just saying to you, Survivor, one is you have the ability to show up even when it's tough. And that makes you a winner. When you have the ability to consistently show up, even when it's tough, that makes you a winner. So you're a winner, brother, in my book. And I do see a lot of gifts and talents inside you, and I just want to encourage you. Little fiery one. Independence is thriving. Well, little fiery one, you say independent girl. Destiny's Child had a song about that. Journey with Jordan. Do you think Trump would trade in his lifestyle and work at tire shop for Melania? Yeah, right. To fall in love with him? Yeah, you think Melania would date him if he was a manager at Lube Express? I doubt it. Yeah, me too. But he'd probably trade it all in for his father to have loved him. No, his father did love him. I've watched interviews. And what I want to tell you, I have to be fair to Donald Trump. That guy loves being president. He's passionate about it. Like, I honestly think, I don't know if he's got some back end deals with Russia or whatever. I mean, but so did Hillary Clinton. She had deals across the country with her Clinton Foundation. But in my opinion, when I see Trump, even when I disagree with him on certain policies, I see a man who's passionate about being the president. He's fully engaged, and, he really didn't have to do it. He's already in his 70s. He already played the game. He made his money. So I want to give him credit that I do see him living his passion. Like, if you look at his Twitter and if you look at him, he could have easily gave up. He really doesn't have to be this passionate. Now, I'm not saying he's right on every issue, but I'm saying he's done some good things, and that brother loves being president. He's passionate about it, and that shows. You can't hide that. So I beat him up a little bit because I disagree with him a little bit. I beat up Obama. I voted for him, but I beat up Obama on certain things. So, but I got to be fair. I see some passion. And one thing I will say also, like, even if Donald Trump was broke, he may not get as many women, but he would still get women because he has confidence. And he has the tenacity. Like, when he went bankrupt and when he really was doing bad financially in the 80s and 90s, he had the tenacity to keep fighting and to keep showing up. And, he had enough money to, I'm sure he always had at least $1 million buried somewhere. So that took the edge off. But, he could have stopped. And he would have, lived off basic, income that he had inherited. But he does have something in him that keeps showing up. And he does have a passion for what he does. And so I have to be fair and acknowledge that. Journey with Jordan. Some types of love bring more happiness than others, in his humble opinion. Well, yeah, no, I hear that. I agree with that. Let's take a hydration break, guys. Thank you for the comments. Keep me company tonight. I appreciate you guys very much, man. Thank you. Tough. One of the reasons hospitals are so expensive is because of a lot of people who never pay the bill. Well, that's true. I mean, and that's why people end up that's why medical bills are the number one cause of bankruptcy, because if you get so far in the hole, you can bankrupt the debt. The major thing in life you're not able to bankrupt is college loans. College loans are a huge burden on society. And even if you file bankruptcy, you can't get rid of them with bankruptcy. And so, it's true. But I just want to caution you, like, if you ever do become self-employed, whether you work for Uber or if you're a YouTuber or if you're whatever, you want to have at least catastrophic health insurance. Because if you're working hard and if you're sacrificing living in your car or living simple, you don't want to have to go through bankruptcy. And you don't want to lose everything that you worked hard to save for. So you want to have some catastrophic insurance that, like, if you have a heart attack or something, God forbid, you don't lose everything. And you want to remember, even in the course of going after money and working for it, to enjoy each day. Like, I haven't retired early, but I've tried to live like I'm retired. That's why I simplify my life. I moved to Florida. That's why every day I try to get into the ocean. Today, I fully submerged in the Atlantic Ocean. Most people are waiting to do that. There's a lot of people that live right by the beach, and every day they don't go in the ocean. I think it's a complete tragedy. And so make a mental note that on your journey, every day, do things you love. Go for a walk, go in the ocean, and that's very important, and that's how you enjoy your life. Tough. No one can afford $400,000 bill. No, I agree. And that's why, again, like, you should have some catastrophic insurance that the most you can come out of your pocket is either a few grand or 10 grand. And then after that, the health insurance company picks up the rest. And you'll probably still have to fight them, but at least you got some backing. Jalen, you add value to my evenings, brother. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that positive word. Same back to you, man. Thank you. Gina, evening in the Ukraine. Well, brother, love and respect to the Ukraine, man. Jung, I'm a lady. Well, Jung, I like Asian girls, but I love money more than I love love. So, I'll probably pick Well, I did watch. Did I watch Asian porn today? See, I did watch some Asian porn today, but that's why I like I can watch Asian porn. I can watch Pakistani porn. I can watch tall blonde girl porn. Like when I think of Sarah, she's a tall blonde girl. At least I hope she is. And sometimes I watch tall blonde girl porn. And I could pick any type of girl I want. And if you know, and you girls, you could watch any type of guy you want. Like you want to find a guy that looks like Nate, Element Van Life. You can look on like a porn site. Now I know girls aren't as sexual sometimes as men, and that's fair. But what I'm trying to tell you guys is I get laid more than most people who are in a relationship. Every day I pretty much get laid. And what I can tell you is I don't have to sacrifice any emotional feelings. I don't have to sacrifice any money. All I have to do is just do me. And I'm very happy with that. It's a secret of life. Tara, I have money because all caps. I don't have love. That's right. You know the drill. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Well, Tara, you're a very intelligent woman and you figured it out. Sketchy Jeffy. Stealth camping outside Dave's Ramsey house. Yep. That's what Journey with Jordan do. Pretty accurate summary. I'm not mad at you, brother. I'm not going to tell Dave because believe me, he charged you rent. Journey with Jordan. I'm 28 right now. Okay. I own a mobile detailing business. Good job, brother. And drive Uber. There you go. My degree is in music. I like creativity, education, taught middle school. Good job for a year. It was a disaster. I can understand that. Then I got into finance. Okay. But couldn't handle the corporate politics. That's true. The hardest part about any job, good job, Jordan. The hardest part about any job is dealing with people. Doesn't matter if you work as a school teacher, corporation, Walmart, whatever. That's why people like Uber. Look, Uber, you're pretty much getting $10 an hour on average. I did DoorDash, same thing. Why do people like it? Because you don't have to deal with that. You don't have to deal with a boss. You don't have to deal with a set curriculum. And it's a little bit more on your terms. And so that's the attractive part about it. And that's what I do like about it as well. Let's continue to read. Or at least wasn't mature enough to be good at it. Well, Journey with Jordan, I think that you're going to be very successful in life because I think you're very intelligent, especially to be that young. I think you get life too. Like, I think there's book smarts and then I think there's common sense. And I think you have both. I think you have a lot of common sense. And I think common sense, and here's the key, guys, knowing how to deal with human nature. When you understand human nature, you will go very far in life because human nature and dealing with people and their emotions, that's even more important than a lot of intelligent stuff. You know what I'm saying? Kerry, hi there. Love from Wisconsin. Well, Kerry, love and respect to Wisconsin. What's the temperature there? I would never visit Wisconsin, but I love you and I respect what. That's why I can never be president. Like, I basically say New Jersey is a disaster. Trump called Haiti a shithole. I basically call New Jersey a shithole. Now, how am I going to get the New Jersey vote? I would never get it. How am I going to get the Wisconsin vote? I would never get it. I call every other state in America basically a shithole. And so it's like everyone hates me. Like, even if they think it's funny, like they would have a tough time voting for me. That's why, guys, I don't think I can make it as president, even though I think a lot of people would agree with me. Free to be me. But who knows? Trump said grab him by the pussy. He made it. So maybe I get it. Free to be me. My kids ask me, why did I bring them here? Well, I can understand that. I've never asked my parents that, but in my mind, I've cursed my mom for having me. So I'm being honest with you. But I think over time, look, at the end of the day, you can't cry over spilt milk. So at the end of the day, they're here. They have to accept it. They have to make the most of it. And so do you. And then you just got to go from there. And when they become adults, they may or may not want a relationship with you and vice versa. And, everyone has to accept that. And they have to stop the blame game. Everyone may have some legitimate things to blame each other for, but you don't go forward playing the blame game till you die. You got to make the most of your life. I realize that life sucks. I make videos about it, but we got to make the most of our life. And we can't keep relationships that aren't healthy for us, even if they're our family members. Let's take a hydration break and then we go Sketchy Jeffy. Sketchy Jeffy. I'm going to retire at Walmart. I'm not mad at that. To me, honest days work, honest day pay. So I don't care what you do, Walmart, Wall Street, Uber. If you're out there trying to do your best and you're not hurting anyone and you're making money, I got the same respect for someone who works at Walmart versus someone working on Wall Street. To me, if someone's just trying to make a living and do them, I'm happy for them. Gina, love is like a campfire. Oh, here we go. Sometimes it saves you in a cold night. Yeah, you ever try to start a campfire? Total disaster. I burned my income taxes on a video I did. But sometimes it burns the hole in the forest. Oh yeah. What do I say? Just put a jacket on. Brother, watch my video called Layer Up. YouTube search Inspirational Nomad Layer Up. I did a whole video about you don't need a campfire. All you gotta do is layer up your clothes in a cold winter night. Excuse me. CYR. Hey man, it's CYR again. Good to see you. You say it like Sears with no S at the end. Don't try to tell me how to pronounce it because I'll never get it, man. People do that all the time. Man, I just hit the Dollar Tree and found window covers. I'm not mad at you, but those shit's probably so cheap. People gonna see you masturbating in your car because you got some cheap ass window covers, man, from Dollar Tree, man. You don't understand. Like when you shop at Dollar Tree, man, you're gonna use your phone. Your phone's like a flashlight. And those cheap ass Dollar Tree window covers, people gonna see right through them, man. And then you're gonna have you're gonna have your penis out. You're gonna be masturbating to Asian porn, and you're gonna get arrested. Why? Because you didn't want to spend an extra $20 at Walmart and get some good blacked out shades. But what do I say? I say CYR, or pronounce it with an S if you want. You better tell the police officer how to pronounce your name, man, when you give him your ID, because they're gonna see him masturbating in your car, man. And I had this big tote full of my good clothes I was having in back in the moving. Well, put some of your black t-shirts in on the side of those window covers, because I can guarantee if you got them at Dollar Tree, it's not gonna be that good. CYR. To the front of the bed, because I have a subwoofer. I used to have a subwoofer, man. You gotta get rid of that, man. You gotta kick that subwoofer out. In the trunk of the Malibu. I'm not mad at you. I used to have that. But I managed to fit them all the time, so I'm not mad at you. I can't judge. I was the same way. CYR. And bags and everything in the trunk. Figuring out my system. There you go, brother. I'm proud of you. That's right. Life is all about refining it as you go. Start now and refine as you go. I agree with that. Thank you so much, man. You're always on when I need motivation. Well, thank you, brother. I love you. I beat you up a little bit with the Dollar Tree, but I love you. It's all I love, man. Before bed, to keep going, love you, bro. Love you too. Guys, listen. I know I beat you guys up a little bit, but you got to learn to laugh, okay? And you got to learn to have a good time, because you're not going to survive in life, whether you live in your car or whether you live in your mansion, if you lose your sense of humor. Got to be able to laugh and got to have a good time in life, or else nothing's worth it. You know, even if you have money, if you're not enjoying yourself a little bit, and I understand life sucks, so I don't want to try to get too happy either. But, try to make the most of your day. All right, Stu Hour. By the way, yes, I voted Trump. I'm not mad at you. I know a lot of people vote for Trump. David, love you, but don't confuse passion with narcissism and ego. Well, that your comment sounds like you're a narcissist egomaniac, but I love you too. Danny, observation. Girls dress like hookers in divorce court, and all the guys dress like they're homeless. Hey, look, guys, the good part about living in your car is you decided you like money more than love. And so, you decide you don't care if the opposite sex likes you or not. After I got done, seriously dating when I was 25, I dated a couple Asian girls in my 30s, ended into disaster. But when I was 25 and I stopped dating, I said, man, I'm going to eat everything I want. Why? Because I don't have to worry about impressing girls anymore. And I ate everything times 10. And what I could tell you is I enjoyed, and I still enjoy, now, I don't have to shape up my beard perfectly. I don't have to come and try to sex people out. I just try to be healthy and try to feel good about myself. I took a lot of pressure off my life by not having to impress women. And so, again, when people say they choose love, when you choose love, you have to keep yourself up physically to somewhat attract the other person. I mean, you honestly think, if I married someone, even if they think oh, Sammy's he's the opposite of my husband. He's funny, he's smart, he's sexy, he's a little bit rugged, living in his car. If they got into a long-term relationship with me, they want me to clean up a little bit, especially when they parade me around, during the holidays. That will never happen. And so, that's a lot of, anxiety. I don't want to deal with all that madness. So when you choose love, you have to put up the show a little bit. There's no way you're going to be in a relationship and not have to put up the show a little bit. And so what I could tell you is I don't have to put up any show. And that's part of why I don't choose love, because love is a little bit of a show. Vicky, hey, Vicky! You can also file hardship at the hospitals. Well, thank you for sharing, Vicky. Dennis, good to see you, Vicky. Evening, Sam. Dennis, you're a very intelligent guy, man. I always look forward to your comments. Just got here. Maybe I missed it. But I do think money should always be a tool. There you go. Unfortunately, economics today promote money as necessity, and it is. Money should be a result of love. All right. Well, I do agree to a certain extent that, again, well, I want to say this. There's going to be times in your life that you have to work jobs you don't want to make money. I've done that. Eventually, you have to start to reposition your life to do more of what you are passionate about. You may have to do it on the side. Like I have to do YouTube on the side. If I did YouTube as my full-time job, I'd be broke. Okay. And I wouldn't even be able to do videos because I wouldn't be able to pay my cell phone bill, gas, food, everything else. But I do enjoy doing YouTube. I think that shows. And I'm using that as an example to look, when you do what you love for a living and you can make money off it, that's the ultimate blessing. So that mixture of love and money is great when you use your gift and you can get paid for it. Now, when I say love, though, or the feed was more about like love as far as being in a relationship. But I like where you brought the conversation that when you live a life that's inspired, that's a life of love. And so I think you very well put that. Leanna. Hey, Leanna. Leanna, hi. Hello to you. Carrie, 65. Well, you're heating up in Wisconsin. Journey with Jordan. I appreciate the encouragement, Sam. Very kind of you. Well, brother, you're a very kind person, so I want the best for you, man. Carrie, 65 degrees now. That ain't bad. That's cold as hell for me, but that ain't bad. I'm sweating right now. It's about 80 degrees. Little fiery one. Sam, I'd vote for you for president. Well, thank you. Where do you live? Do you live in Idaho? Don't be mad if I curse Idaho. I'll still make sure you get some good laws there. Jada, people respect realism. That's true. I'd vote Sam for president. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I got 2 votes. Norma, hey, Norma, you still with your family? Hey, Sam, how was your day? It was pretty good. Work went pretty good. I fully submerged in the Atlantic Ocean. I masturbated, and I worked out. That's a full day to me. I get laid every day. Norma, how was your day? Sketchy Jeffy's laughing. Good job. Jenny with Jordan's laughing. Good job. Deb, hey, Deb, how are you, Deb? Good to see you. Thank you for everything, Deb. Jenny with Jordan. Tell the police officer, how to spell your name. Yeah, C-Y-R, I love you. But you got those cheap-ass dollar store things. They're going to hurt you, man. I had a great laugh. Yeah, it's good to laugh, but I love you. You're the best. Have a great night, brother. You too, man. Stay positive, C-Y-R. Stay positive. Illinois. Girls don't like boys. Girls like cars and money. They do when they're young, but I think as they mature, just like men, I know I tried to impress girls with cars and money. So it takes 2 to tango. I was just as wrong. As you get older, I think a girl, in my opinion, I think a woman just doesn't want a lazy man. I think as long as you're not lazy and you're I think what really, as you get older, what really attracts the MILFs, why they really throwing their panties at me, because I live a passionate life. And they love that I'm passionate because their lazy ass husband or their lazy ass boyfriend, like he's got no passion. His whole life is a disaster. And so they look at me and they say, this guy could spark my life again. I look at them like I ain't sparking shit. I'll masturbate, but that's it. And so these are my thoughts. Good job. Little fiery one. I like that you keep it real, Sam. Oh, yeah, I got a lot of passion. It's smothered by people sugarcoating BS all day. Yeah, but again, I want to make the notation that I would not go to my job and speak reckless to everyone, right? So there's a time and a place. Like, this is my creative personal space that I can speak a little bit wild. But in a business setting, I wouldn't necessarily speak as wild as or as blunt as this. Now, I'm a direct person. I believe in speaking directly, but I would speak it a little bit different. Okay, so, I can frame the conversation a little bit different here because this is totally personal creative. In business, I would still speak directly, but I would frame the conversation differently and I would be more diplomatic because, you have to use wisdom. And then she goes, I work for a plastic surgeon. Oh, yeah. But you are a breath of fresh air. Well, yeah. And that's why I keep coming back. Well, let me tell you something. You're going to get paid more working for that plastic surgeon than you are watching my live feeds. So, you have to play the game a little bit. And so keep doing you. And then as you live a simplified life and you get those checks from that plastic surgeon, figure out what you're passionate about so that you can start to reposition your life to do what you love. Gina, Sammy, do you make regular blood tests? No. Last time I got a blood test was when I pinched a nerve. I had nerve damage in my body. I had to go to the emergency room probably about 8 years ago. That was the last time I got a blood test. Yep, Illinois. Here's a magic trick. Make any woman disappear with 2 words. I'm broke. And no, I don't hate women. I understand them, especially big city and suburban women. Well, out of Illinois, I ain't mad at that. I'm with you, brother. I choose to be single too. I love you, man. Stay positive. Little fiery one. I grew up in Georgia. Oh, you're a neighbor state. And visited Florida a lot. Yeah, you're right there. And yes, Idaho for now. All right, I cursed Idaho in one of my videos. That's why you got upset with me. I love you. I love you, little fiery one. What's going on in Idaho right now? What are you doing to do this weekend? Pack Live. Sam, 2020. I got 3 votes for president. 3 votes now. Yeah, thank you, man. I don't know if I can take all the pressure. Here's the other thing. I don't know if I would want to be president. Because again, I didn't vote for Trump, but I want to acknowledge that you could tell like he wants to do it. I think if I got voted, I don't know if I'd want to do it. It's like you want to date a hot girl, and then when the hot girl says, "All right, you're my boyfriend," then you say, "Oh shit, what'd I get myself into?" Now Trump looked like that during election night, like, "Oh man, what'd I get into?" I don't know if maybe when I'm later in life, like when I'm as old as Trump or something, I would consider it. But right now, at 38, even if you said, Sam, you could win the election in 2020, I don't know if I'd want to go because I don't know if I'd be passionate about it. I think I still want to pursue a life of creativity and fun. And then as I get older, and if I retire early, I may look into that. But right now, I would have no desire because for me, titles don't do it. The only thing that would kind of make me want to do is I think I could have somewhat of a positive impact, but I don't think Trump's doing a bad job. I think he has some positive impact. But yeah, I think being a president, it sounds good because it feeds one's ego. You know, when you get voted for president, it's like you're the most popular person in the country or the world. But I'm really not into that. So for me, I look at it as like it would be a loss. Now, could I possibly help people? Yeah, I mean, how could I help them though? Really, I mean, right now, the country is quote unquote. The only thing I would probably do is I'd do UBI, and I do a basic healthcare program. But that may cause the stock market to go down, and it may cause some people to get mad. No matter what you do, and it may cause inflation. There's no one guarantee. So, there was no guarantee if Trump did tax reform. It wasn't going to, it ballooned the debt. It did this, but it helped the stock market. So no matter what you do as a president, you're never going to please everyone. Like I would please certain people, but I would upset certain people, just like Trump's doing. And so like you have to accept that when you're a president. No matter what you do, you're going to have at least or close to half the population hate you. Whether you do UBI or whether you do tax reform for the wealthy, no matter what side of the aisle you are, you're going to have a certain percentage of society that doesn't like you. Now, I try to be somewhat middle of the road. I kind of lean left, but I try to be somewhat middle of the road. But even when you're middle of the road, I mean, you're only going to keep so many people happy. So that's the tough dynamic. Out in Illinois, their husbands are probably burnt out because they are working too much to pay for their wives and their ex-wives' lifestyle. Yes, and I will be fair, though. Now that women have a lot more rights than they did in the past, I know a lot of women that make more than men or just as much. So I think as society goes forward, I don't think that's always the case that the man's paying for everything. And so, I mean, certainly it still is in some instances, but not all the time. And some of that, it was just the fact that society was skewed more towards men, and it probably still is a little bit. So I have to be fair there. Irwa. Yeah, what's up, Irwa? Journey with Jordan. I agree. No woman wants to be married to an Al Bundy type. Yeah, unless you marry Peggy Bundy, and that's a disaster. If it's a high income shoe position, yeah, she'll just find a way to take half of the income and start over with a more passionate man. Yeah, that's me. That's why I've had passionate relationships with a lot of MILFs to have a good settlement. But here's the key, guy. If you marry Peggy Bundy, don't be mad when she acts like Peggy Bundy. Okay? And so when you treat YouTube like a hobby, don't be mad when YouTube acts like a hobby. And this is like one of the lessons that we're speaking on tonight. However you treat something, that's kind of the energy it'll give you back. So you really need to focus on what do you want to give your energy to and what do you expect back. All right, good job. Jaded. For real, I don't need any more responsibility. Well, I agree with that. No public office for me. That's the tough dynamic. that once you get past the ego trip of, oh, I'm the president, people like me, now you got a lot of responsibility. And I at this point in my life, I'm kind of in the same boat as you. Al, Illinois. Yeah, be careful what you ask for. I agree. You may get it. Excellent comment. I agree with that. Little fiery one. I'm dog sitting for my friend. That's too much responsibility. I don't even want to dog sit. What could you do while living on the road? You could clean houses. You could dog sit. Those are other hustles. And she goes, she's dog sitting for a friend during the weekend. So I have a place to park this weekend. Well, there you go. But right now, just facelifts and saving money. My vote is money with detached dating on the side. Well, I love everything you said, and I want you to experience that detached dating. But what I'm trying to tell you, in my experience, there is no such thing as detached dating. It always ends up in some type of an entanglement, and then you end up right back to ground zero. At least that's been my experience. And that's why I choose money over any type of loving relationship. Lauren, let's take a hydration break. Lauren, working as I listen to you because I love that money. Well, Lauren, money bag emoji to you and keep doing you. I'm not mad at that, Gina. Thank you for the comment, Gina. Not married, people look younger than married. Not married, people look younger than married people in the same age. Married is bad for your health. Look, marriage is a lot of stress because it's a relationship. In a relationship, when you're high, they're going to be low. When they're low, you're going to be high. It's hard to keep people in sync. That's work. People change. People grow. I am not the same person I was 5-10 years ago. And so when you're with someone for 5-10 years, you're going to grow differently. Very rarely in life do people grow exactly the same. So keeping people in unison is very hard because time changes things. And that's what there's a lot of work and stress. Because like I have a loving heart. Like if I was in a relationship, I would want to see my partner happy. And the hardest thing in life is to make someone else happy. It's impossible. But no matter how you cut the pie, even if they're just your companion, you can't like totally not care about their feelings. And so that's a lot of work to mentally and emotionally carry their happiness. And you do to a certain extent, you can't avoid it. And happiness is an inside job, but you can't avoid the fact that when you're in a relationship, you want to see that person happy. And when they're not happy, that hurts you. And that's a burden. Little fiery one. Gina, I agree. Little fiery one. Most facelifts are on married housewives. Yeah, they want to make one more run at trying to get another relationship. I think now, we live in a day, I don't think plastic surgery looks good. In my opinion, in most cases, there's some exceptions. I would prefer natural beauty, even aging natural beauty. I prefer small itty bitty titties versus breast implants. I prefer sometimes a MILF over a younger girl. And so, like I saw a girl today at Planet Fitness. She had some cellulite, but she had a nice panty line. And and there was a young girl, like in some tight spandex, her skin was firm. You know who I was daydreaming about having sex with? The MILF that had some cellulite. Now, all you big girls out there, don't get too happy. She wasn't fat. Now, I love all you fat girls. I was fat too. But she was, she has a little bit extra meat. And what I could tell you is I was daydreaming about masturbating to her versus the younger girl. Al, Illinois. The women making a lot of money are usually looking for a man who makes more money, or she won't respect him. Sometimes that's true. But when you don't want to be in a relationship, you don't care. I don't care what she's looking for because I don't care. I'm not caring about her emotional needs. Again, when you're in a relationship, you have to care what they think. When you're not, I don't care what they're looking for. Not doing me. Sketchy. Your channel is growing a lot since I found you, Sam. I'm very thankful. You do have to be cautious, though, not to obsess over the growth because it's a slow process. It took me a year to get monetized. It took me 2 years to get where I'm at. And it may take me 5 more years to even get to a sustainable level where it would really be something serious. Maybe and maybe not. You gotta put in the work. The biggest thing you gotta do is show up consistently. And you gotta put energy and effort into the videos, into responding to comments. But I gotta be fair too. It plays to my strength. I enjoy doing this. Like, again, like Donald Trump, like, I think he really enjoys being president. Like, I really enjoy being a YouTube creator. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass, just like I'm sure, like Donald Trump says, it's a little bit of a pain in the ass. But I am blessed, and I intentionally am doing this for the money, but for the fact that I enjoy doing it. Because I could do DoorDash and at this point probably make more doing DoorDash. I did it for a month to see. But I don't enjoy doing that as much as I enjoy doing this. And so I think part of life when you're on your quest for money is, like Dennis was saying, you kind of want to do what you love and figure out a way to make money being able to do that as much as possible. And that's kind of ties into the theme tonight. Sketchy, I'm a Grammy disaster. Sketchy Jeffrey, oh yeah, I'm a grammar disaster. Yeah, me too. I don't spell sometimes too good, and I don't pronounce too good. Yeah, that's true. Jaded. Vanities upon vanities, all is vanity. Well, hydration break to that. Illinois. Plastic surgery is usually a disaster. I agree. I think the more plastic surgery is like spackle. When you spackle, less is more. The more you spackle, the more it messes up. Journey with Jordan. Sketchy. He'll break up the 10K sub milestone within 3 months in my prediction. I hope so. But I think that I hope so in 3 months, but I think it's projected to be 4 or 5 months. But I would hope on 3 months. That'd be great. That'll be another milestone. The main thing, though, is when you do a YouTube channel is the views. Views get you ad revenue. Subscribers help, but views are the main metric. Because, again, I follow a guy, he has 12,000 subscribers, but he has 1 million less views than me. Views are the most important thing. Gina, it will be harder to talk to you when you'll reach 1 million subscribers. And that's the dynamic. But, you know, God will make a way, because, like, even when I had, like, only 800 subscribers, people said, Sam, once you get into the 1,000 subscribers, you'll never be able to do what you do. So I'm still doing it. I am starting to respond less to the comments on my regular videos because there's only so much I can do. So I'm sure it may get to that point. But look, I'm thankful for where my channel is at now. I hope it continues to grow. I enjoy doing it. Little fiery one. Plastic surgery is a disaster with a huge paycheck. Well, little fiery one, I agree with you. I can't believe they have it in Idaho. Journey with Jordan. Gina, yeah, it'll be like Dave Ramsey live show. Yeah, where it's a premiere and he's not even on a live stream. Now, I'm not going to be like that. I've seen those. I'm going to try to still keep the connection because I enjoyed this. All right, guys, we made it through. Thank you for everyone who watched. Illinois, you're doing you. Thank you, brother. I don't think you'll change. Thank you, man, for the positivity. I appreciate you hanging in there with me. Thank you guys for joining the live stream, man. It means a lot to me. I hope that all your dreams come true. I hope that if you're in a bad position in life, you get some breaks. We all need some luck. I love you too, Fiery One. We all need some luck in life. I want you to get some luck. I want you to, whatever you want to do, I want you to show up at it. Because remember, if you treat something like a hobby, it's going to react like a hobby. So if you're passionate about something, you got to put some energy into it. You got to go after it. Okay. And that's it. Okay. So I appreciate the love. Thank you for clicking the thumbs up button. Thank you for sharing the video. Have a peaceful night. God bless you, Vicky.